Hi everyone, Olive here, and welcome to my European book haul. As I alluded to in my last video, I went on a trip. So I ended up going to Berlin and visited my sister and my family who lives in Germany, so it was a really special trip, and of course, a trip is not complete without buying books. Admittedly, this is a small book haul. I only took carry-on luggage, so it couldn't be anything crazy and massive. However, I did buy one book that I knew I wanted to get when I was in Germany, and a second book that I honestly probably paid too much for, and I don't even mind. In regards to the first book I bought, a few months back I was talking to someone about another person who I guess collects Harry Potter books from different countries they go to, and I was really astounded by that idea. I thought it was really great. One of my favorite parts about Harry Potter is that it is such a worldwide community, and I think that is so cool because the main values that Harry Potter really reinforces are values such as love, friendship, loyalty. I could name a million other amazing values that Harry Potter really emphasizes and exalts. Although I'm not quite sure if I would necessarily get a Harry Potter book in every country I visit, just because I can't actually read it. I did get Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone in German because I can speak German. And for all my fellow Anglophones out there, in case you're wondering, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone translates into Harry Potter und der Stein der Weisen. I actually did my first reread of the Philosopher's Stone in a very long time this past February, and I loved rereading it. It's classic. I mean, I find I have been more drawn to rereading some of the later books in the series, so starting with Philosopher's Stone back in February was really amazing, and now I'm just going to have to read it again in German, and this is a really great way for me to practice my German language skills, as well as just become more obsessed with Harry Potter than I already am. I am super nerding out right now, so instead of Chapter 1, The Boy Who Lived, Ein Junge überlebt. Another bit of exciting Harry Potter news for me is that I recently got the House edition of the Philosopher's Stone that just came out June 2nd in Canada, I believe. I unfortunately do not have my copy yet because my friend picked them up and she still has them, but I will definitely be showing that to you as soon as I can on one of my next videos. So I now have a grand total of 3 different editions of the Philosopher's Stone, and I am very proud of that fact. Can you guess which House edition I got? Let me know in the comments! My second and final book of my European book haul is Independent People by, get ready for it, Halldór Laxness. If you speak Icelandic, please let me know if I said that correctly, because if it's even remotely close, I will be very impressed, surprised, and proud of myself. I had a layover in Keflavik, Iceland, actually going there and back from my trip, and on my way back I happened to finish the book I was reading, Dark Places by Gillian Flynn, and so I needed another book. The airline I was flying did not have a TV. And if you have nothing to do for 5.5 hours on a plane full of tons of people, you might go a little bit crazy. In an effort to preserve my sanity and the safety of those around me, I decided to buy a book at an airport, which is something I actually never do, primarily because they're usually super expensive. However, had to buy a book at the airport. I figured that if I had to buy an expensive airport book, then it should be something Icelandic. I purposely have not actually calculated how much Canadian dollars this actually cost me. Probably at least around $30. Is my guess. Independent People was actually the winner of the Nobel Prize of Literature in 1958, and it is looked upon as an Icelandic classic. Now, it was out of print in English for quite a long time, so the introduction tells me, and it's really cool that it is now back in print in English because it is such a renowned classic in Iceland, and it's unfortunate that no one here really seems to care about Icelandic literature. And I know it is a small country and all that kind of stuff, but I can tell you from just reading the first fifth or so of the book, this is an incredible story. Independent People is about a sheep farmer and I know that does not draw a lot of people in. It didn't really draw me in. Honestly, the thing that drove me to actually buy the book was that it is an Icelandic classic. I was not really holding out hope for a book about a sheep farmer. However, the characters are amazing in this book. They're very motivated. They're very... I haven't read enough to say that they progress or change in any epic way so far, but they're very well thought out, very expressive, and man, it's so funny. There's actually the main character who, how do you say his name? Oh, we'll say Jartor. He finally, after 18 years of servitude, is able to buy his own land, gets married, and that's the part that I'm at right now. And right now they're having issues in the early days of their marriage, and it's actually so funny. It really incorporates a lot of Icelandic myths and legends, so the characters talk about these myths and legends, and these myths and legends sort of influence how the plot is going along. So, for example, this is not a spoiler, when Jartur, the main character, buys his plot of land, not a lot of people want that plot of land because it is renowned as the place where a witch used to live, and her bones are nearby, and it's really haunted apparently. But anyways, this is a very classic Icelandic myth and legend of that area, so it's really neat that the author incorporates that into his book, and that it plays such a major part of the plot. So in reading this book, not only are you really getting fascinating characters and really well thought out characters, you're also learning about Icelandic history and myths and legends and learning more about their people. I honestly meant to read this on the plane and then just sort of put it down so I could finish the rest of my June TBRs. However, I really like this book a lot, so I once again have ruined my TBRs for the month. And I once again have too many amazing books to look forward to, which honestly is such a great problem to have, and I'm really reveling in that right now because, in case you've watched my other videos, May was a bit of a rough month, and I'm just so stoked with the books I have to read right now.